Hello and welcome back to part 2 of creating print number 11. Hopefully you've already seen part 1. If not, there is a link here so you can jump onto it and watch that first. In this video I'm going to take that basic plant print and embellish it to create this, oh my goodness, really hectic print. So the purpose of this tutorial is not necessarily to follow it step by step and to create exactly this. Thank goodness. As I'm sure you've figured out, all gel prints are individual and it's not a 100% controllable process, so you can't necessarily create the same thing twice. However, if you are more interested in doing a step-by-step tutorial to create a very defined outcome, then please have a look at this YouTube video here, where I show you how to print with plants and use mats to create interesting backgrounds like this. So this video really is a lesson about going with the flow. What I wanted to do was introduce a little bit of the magic of gel printing. So as I was working my way adding the layers to that print, I almost inadvertently created this print, which I didn't expect and I didn't plan. And also when I was doing my transparent layer, a byproduct was this beautiful fern print, which I think is so delicate and so beautiful. So from a practical point of view, what you can take away is you'll see using plants as masks, you'll see using the table mats to make a bit more of an interesting background. I'm going to use gel medium. I'll use gel medium to actually pick the print off the plate, which is another way you can do as opposed to using an acrylic layer. And I'll also use the gel medium to mix in with some of my acrylic paint to make a more transparent layer. So sit back and enjoy how it all develops. My name's Amber from Amber Benison Art. I hope you're enjoying my channel. So I just want to cut this frond, which is nice and fresh. And I'm thinking to try and have it hanging down like this over the top. And what I want to do is I want to do it with a transparent layer so that we can still see this other detail behind it. But hopefully that'll detract from the bits I don't like in this particular print. So we need to pick a nice transparent paint. Quite tempted to go for the Prussian blue, but oh, I know. Let's use, bring out the special stuff. This isn't available anymore, so I don't use it too often. We could even try, now I'm getting carried away here, but we could even try and add in an extra element. Probably shouldn't be doing this, it'd probably get too complicated. I am known for overcomplicating things. But anyway, let's press that in there. Ooh, which gives a lovely pattern. And then put this leaf down. Like that, and then put this over the top, try and line it up as well as I can. Close enough. This paper isn't really robust enough. What I'm doing here, see it's splitting again there. It was a cheap one, to be fair, I just got off at Amazon. Right, let's see if we can take this off without it ripping. There we go. So that's starting to get more interesting. Still think it needs more though. And as luck would have it, we also have an interesting print left on here, I think. So let's dry that off and then see how it comes up. So again, I think I'd like to pick this up on a light colour background so we can see whatever this detail is that we've created. So I'm going to go predominantly for the white. Maybe let's do some Payne's Grey. Payne's Grey comes out a different colour depending on the brand. The Amsterdam is very grey, whereas the golden one is quite navy. Oh, I didn't mean to have that much. I'll take some of that off. Just hoping to get a light grey. Bit more in. Maybe I do need a lot of that. Spread this out nice and evenly. And I'm just going to pick up the print again on the same rather rubbish rice paper, so it might split, but it's what I've got to hand right at this very second, so we'll just go with it. Push that in nice and firmly. Dry it with the good old hairdryer. Peeling the gel plate off the paper. And I don't tend to clean my gel plate in between prints, and so you end up picking up other colours that are left from previous prints, which not everybody's cup of tea, but I quite like. Quite like a bit of grunge. There we go. So that's quite fascinating. I love that pattern. And that, as a reminder, was created using this. Yeah, I really like some bits of that. Maybe in this case it would have been nicer without some of those dark marks of grunge, but hey, who's to know? I feel like I want to do that again. First I need to think what this might need. I don't want to lose these lines. I really like these lines. I still do like that detail there. Just not loving this patch here yet. Yeah, I could try that with a mix of yellow and titanium white. I don't know, sometimes you overthink it. I think I'm going to do that. So a little bit of yellow. Not the titanium white, sorry, I said that wrong. I want the zinc white, because I'm after the transparency again. Let's see how they mix in.
I'm going to make it a thin layer, so take a bit of this off. I think that's going to be too, I feel like it's going to be too opaque. Okay, we're getting technical now, but I'm on a roll. I'm going to add in a bit of medium. Now this is glazing liquid. As the name indicates, it's designed for thinning out paints and making them into a glaze. But to be honest, you can add any mediums that you happen to have. And it will help thin the paint out and make it a little bit more transparent. I go a bit more, I want this layer transparent, I think. Right. This is totally an experiment. It's good. There's a good chance I could ruin the print, but hey, nothing ventured, nothing gained, as they say. So I'm going to put this down just like that. Try and line that up. I don't know how this is going to work. Could be awesome, might not. No, I don't think it's awesome, but I'll leave that to dry a minute. That is going to be an interesting texture. Not really going to be very cool as a leaf, but I'm going to add that on something. Okay, different type of rice paper, this one. And it's a lot more robust. Yeah, that's pretty delicate. I don't know if you can see on here. It's actually a really nice pattern. So that on its own could just make a nice textured collage paper. Or you can build another layer on top of it.
So I hope you enjoyed that video and it gave you some ideas and inspiration. The next most popular request was for this print here, print number 12, which again is another really busy one, but has some super interesting parts to it, like the pattern in that leaf there, the different colouring and the patterns coming through on those leaves, and then the background with the orange peeking through. I'll put a link for you right here when I've finished editing this video and it's ready for watching. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Amber from Amber Benison Art. Watch my videos and subscribe to my channel. See ya. Bye.